very much, Dr. Derek. And that was the unpassive. The last statement you heard was stand clear the closing door at the unpassive train station in Dubai. We appreciate you, Dr. Derek. Those images were awesome, awesome, outstanding, from all the offices when they were opened to everything else that we currently are in. All right. So we know that this is one of the platforms that we talk about how to be in the right place at the right time and be ready for ourselves as we talk about our unpassive journey in any shape or form. So, right now, we're going to talk about the mindset. Where were you before you joined the webinar today? What were you thinking before joining us today? What are you thinking for those who will be watching in the future as you listen? Are you coming to get your mind filled and be in the right place for the right reason at the right time? And I believe you'll say the answer is yes. Because our CEO has promised us the right path to take to keep our mindsets in the right place. He's providing us with a physical, which is where we will be very soon and have been and will be going back there. And we have to work on our mental mindsets by ourselves, because that's what drives all of us in our daily lives in whatever we do. And our mindset speaker for today is none other than our sister from St. Martin, who has decided to go back after enjoying the children here in Florida, Queen JW. We know who she is. She's a wonderful, inspirational speaker. She is an entrepreneur, a mom, and a grandmother with grandkids who are doting over her, and she is just messing them up. She's going to talk to us about the mindset today, and this is a continuation of what she's been doing. And today she's part 20, because she's done several of them with us. It's not just once. She's done.
Number 27, use aromatherapy. And I don't think that we realize the power of smells and how they affect our bodies. I remember going to my daughter's house and she had those, is it Glade or whatever they are? Those plugins. And let me tell you, immediately I was irritated. I had a smell problem. I couldn't even smell food because that aroma went.
Recording in
so
progress.
disgusting. I had to tell you, you have to take that out. I can't breathe. So we don't know that these things, and you're thinking of smelling good. You can use natural things. You can put some cinnamon. I remember a place that I worked for. My administrator, she will put cinnamon to boil on the stove. So when the patients came in, they will be in a calm atmosphere. I will be the noisiest thing around, making fun and making people laugh. So some smells evoke chemical reactions in the body. I know for sure that essential oils have many health benefits besides their pleasant aroma. Okay, so check out your local health food store and get aromatherapy expert to help you in choosing the essential oils and aromas that can benefit you. Okay, they're very beneficial. I work for this facility and we was not allowed to wear perfumes, but as soon as we came in, they had the essential oils there for us to put on in our wrists, in your points on your body, your wrists, behind your ears, in your elbows. So they are very lemon citrus is very good. Everything stayed calm. Everybody stayed in a good attitude. good mindset rather. Now, this other one is use the Callahan techniques for urges. Now, there are several causes like phobias, stress, and many more that cause uncontrollable urges to eat even when we are not hungry. And that's a big issue because we don't wait for our stomach to growl anymore. We are overfull, if you ask me, which means we're toxic. Okay, because we're eating when we're not hungry. And of course, you know what happens when you eat when you're not hungry, because like Dr. Doris already spoke to us on, our stomach is broken into three parts: water, air, and food. But if we keep on putting in food, we will never get enough water or whatever air that we need in our stomach. So our digestive tract will operate in its normal function. But we eat. Uh, these urges can be eliminated by using the Callahan 5-minute technique developed by Roger Callahan. Mr. Callahan has a book called Tapping the Power Within. So you could check that out and you can learn more about the Callahan techniques for urges. Number 29, get a pet. Some people say, oh, I can't stand dogs or I can't stand cats and all that. But you don't know what you actually, the love, conditional love that you get from pets. You know, no matter if you spank them or you're stern to them, they still love you. I was gone for almost 6 months, and my pets, because how I treat them and the love I show them, they love me back unconditionally. They're happy to see me. So a pet is a great companion, but research has indicated that having a pet lead to longer life and less disease. So let me tell you, pets give unconditional love and allow us to give love too. The process of being loved and give love strengthens our immune system, reduces stress, and has a variety of emotional and physical benefits. So next time you look at that pet in the window, say, ooh, you're so cute. And write down your goals, and we know that already. If you have not done so already, do so and place them where you can see them. You can also create a vision board and the things you want and wish to do on your vision board. You can see it daily. You know, in my net, in my other job or when training, I had to create a vision board. So I get to see it every day, and it reminds me of the things that I want. So it helps me to strive in that area in obtaining those things that I want. Okay. So it is just it's just like speaking into your life, you know. So something magical always occurs when you physically write them down. This is one of the most powerful secrets used by the super wealthy. So we're heading in that direction. So we need to work on our goals and make sure we have them written down so we can see them. Plant a garden. Y'all know I love my garden. Oh my gosh. As soon as I got back, that's where I was working like I don't want to say it, but it was like a slave. You hear me? Mm-mm-mm. High grass, cover my little plants. They so glad to breed. You know, even though they probably breeding better than me, but they was suffocated by the high grass. For instance, we are part of this physical universe, and we work with living things and creating things with our hands, which is beneficial to our very being. So, working in the garden provides us with fresh air, definitely. Exercise, because you're moving different, your limbs, your legs, your arms, your fingers, even your toes. You know, it reduces stress, and many more mental, emotional, and physical benefits come from just planting a garden. You know, so why not get in touch with nature and enjoy its beauty? Because a garden is nothing but joy and beauty. Number 32, cook. A lot of us don't have time. I see people picking up TV dinners. Don't say I didn't used to eat them before now, before I knew better. I used to get them little Swanson dinners. I really thought I was eating. I didn't know about reading labels and all those things. So I was just going along with the masses. Thought it was good, but it wasn't good. Thank God it didn't harm us to an extent where we got sick and ill because I was feeding it to my children. We to figure that's an in-between snack, especially when they out from school break. But anyway, when you don't cook, you are cheating yourself of benefits that comes with preparing a tasteful and delicious meal. I always say when I cook a meal, it has to be done with love. Unless it's not going to taste good. That means you're going to take your time and your mind is going to be in it. Anyway, when you cook using your hands, it can benefit emotionally and physically. Okay? Here are some of the benefits that you can get when you prepare a meal from scratch. Not getting something from the store and all that stuff, getting the spaghetti sauce. Make your own sauce. It tastes even better than the store-bought sauce because you still gotta dress it up because it's not your own. And then it has chemicals in it. So cooking at home is so beneficial in so many areas, you know? So when you cook from scratch, you get much needed mental break. It's a mental break. Some of us will look like, that's too much. I don't have time for that. Look, that mental break will release stress because you're not thinking about how they treat you at work, I have to finish this, or I gotta go here. You're not thinking about none of that. Your focus is on that meal. So there's no way none of that stressfulness is going to sneak in and take over. That's going to be completely blocked because your focus is on preparing this meal because it got to be delicious and tasty. You know. You also get you create a tasteful dish and a healthy meal. That's the whole outcome. You get a healthy meal out of this whole deal, with those added benefits. So I practically, me myself, cook every day except for when I'm eating my leftovers. In the States, yes, the family on Fridays, my daughter don't want to cook, so it's like we're going out to eat. And that's okay. It's okay. Number 33, don't eat late. And you heard Dr. Derrick always talk about that. It's best to stop eating at 7 p.m. And I could go a little back. I remember my grandparents. The heaviest meal would be at noon. I don't even remember, I remember maybe a cup of coffee. I would see my aunt have that. I never really noticed breakfast. You would drink something hot, bush tea or cocoa or something like that, maybe with a piece of bread. Nothing really heavy. It wasn't no bacon and eggs and hash browns and all that stuff. All this stuff came after. And a lot of sickness came after too. So when you cook at home, you know exactly what you're doing. You know what you're using. And you're not using a whole paragraph that you see on the back of some of those boxes and cans. You're not even using all that. 7 ingredients the most. Anything above that is no good for our bodies. Okay? So try to cook more meals at home. Or you could cook them on the days off and you could store them in the freezer, okay, till the next time you're ready to eat it again. Dance and sing. That's why we having the after party. That's Dr. Derrick famous thing saying, work and no play makes Sally a dull, something he used to say. Okay, that he usually says. And it's true. You know, we gotta have some fun. You can't go to work, come home having that same face, no fun in your life. You know, some of us get it here on the webinar, you know, thanks to Queen Dr. Doris, and I do, you know, so amazing, amazing. You got to implement that into your life. Do you love to dance or sing? Ask yourself. Well, dancing and singing is a positive way to eliminate the stress in the body. You have fun and it have positive impact on your emotions and physiology. So put on your favorite music and sing along and have fun. Number 35, find your life purpose. The reason this is last when it should be first is because it is the hardest. Why? Most people go through life without finding their true life purpose. Mr. Kevin shared his experience, how stressful life can be when you're feeling like you're not doing what you were placed on this earth to do. And I know a lot of us been there. I know me for sure. I wanted to know why am I here, God? What do you want me to do? And I didn't find out till in my, you know, I think it was in my 50s. I found that out and I was like, okay. No, it was earlier than my 50s. I came back in 2000. Okay, 2000, around 2007. I really realized it. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to school and take I said went to take social work, but I think I take humanity something I took. And I thought that would be get me to talk to people and I wouldn't have a problem, you know, speaking to people. That either. I was doing it already, you know? But the system could make you think that, hey, I need to get this credential so I could be official. God already made me official. He gave me the talent, you know? So I didn't need all that, but that's another story. So Mr. he shared, so Mr. Kevin taught that making money, right, at any cost was his purpose. He really did talk so. But it left him stressed out. So when we run after that dollar and not really knowing what we need to focus on and what we really need to do, we can get stressed out. And you know what stress leads to? It can lead to chronic illness and death because it is a silent killer. So now his stress level is at its lowest while the stressors in his life is at the highest. Why? He has found his life purpose by exposing corporate and government corruption and helping people cure themselves. Because haven't we learned so much from the stuff that I shared from his book to each and every one of us? So our CEO, Ash Mafara, is a perfect example of finding life purpose. If anybody that we should imitate or duplicate or follow is Mr. Ash Mafara because he has shown us every step of the way what he went through being a CEO of On Passive and dealing with all the stressors that comes with it. We don't have to look nowhere else. He has given us all the tools we need already just as a person dealing with the stresses and living his purpose. Which is Ashma finding his purpose, which is uplifting humanity at any cost, even death. I had heard the CEO said, even when he is gone, on passive, you don't have to worry. On passive will still be here. You don't have to worry about that. And don't his words penetrate our soul because they're so deep. So let's find our purpose and start walking in it. And I think, like I said here, so finding your purpose will help you to be happier. You're going to be healthier than ever before. And just remember, your purpose is within each and every one of you, including me, myself. Our purpose is already there. We just got to figure it out. You know, it took me a while to figure it out too, because you get tied up with this system of things, going to work, doing this, and keeping yourself on the back burner. You know, my dad always used to tell me, Jackie, get to the front. Get to the front. And I didn't understand what he was saying. Get to the front. Don't be in the back, get to the front. And so that's what I'm doing, getting to the front. Number 36 is do dynatics and synetology. Now, dynatics is a set of ideas and practices invented in 1950 by a science fiction writer, L. Ron Hubbard, regarding the human mind. Now, this psychological treatment, which aims to relieve disorders by cleansing of the mind of harmful mental images. According to Mr. Kevin, his opinion, this is the simplest, complete, and effective system of elimination of psychosomatic illness, traumas, and emotional issues using the dynatics and synetology auditing. And lastly, I have shared with you Mr. Kevin Trudeau's basic list of things that can bring the body back to normalcy, where disease and illness cannot exist. Don't try to do them all because that will be not good. Because we can't do them all. But little by little, implement the ones that you can easily. They will become habit or be ringing a bell in your ear, in your head. Do as much as you can. What Mr. Kevin book help us to understand why we get sick and the number one reason is toxins, nutritional deficiencies, exposure to electromagnetic coils, and stress. And that's what we've been talking about for months. The elimination. So we have learned the specific do's and the don'ts that will place us all in control of our health in various ways in curing and preventing disease and illnesses. So I thank you so much for allowing me to speak. I hope this information will be helpful to each and every one of us, including myself. I already have started doing some of the things that I needed, that I learned about, to so I can have longevity, so I can be here like Queen Dr. Benny will say, for the apples, not only apples, you know, for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren to come. So I want to be around. You know, the lady that this is just off the topic, but this lady that used to iron clothes for my grandmother when I was a little child made 103 on the 13th of September. That lady still can go to the stove and she made some banana fritters. You know, I went to her house and she made some, and it just brought back those memories when I was living with my grandmother. So longevity and eating right and taking care of our bodies is very important. Let us not take these things for granted. Some of them we might know, some of them we might not know, but you can look into it. And you know, you can always go to the website. That information is available to each and every one of us if we so wish to know more about not how not to never get sick again. Okay, and next week we're going to talk about losing how to about fat. You know, why we get fat and how not to get fat, or to how to lose weight, because it's not only in America, but it's globally around the world. So that's something we need to really be careful of and work on, and help us to have a healthy body by eating when our body grows, our belly grows. Okay, so thanks so much. Thank you,
Oh,
Queen Debbie.
thank
Back to you.
you. Thank you, Queen JW. Oh my goodness. And
I
yes,
know that
you
was a
definitely will live to see your great great grandchildren. You will.
in
Wow.
Jesus' name. Yes.
Amen. Outstanding presentation. Awesome. Amazing presentation. This is, I can't wait for next week's because we just highlighted the topic for next week, and that already gets me excited. Or, as Dr. Derek will put it, excited. Wow, you talked about a lot of things. At the start of your presentation, you talked about us avoiding psychiatrists and psychologists because the prescriptions that they provide sometimes leads people into um, becoming something else and wanting to take their own lives. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good for us to be aware. I know some of us were aware because we're next to the source. I'm speaking for myself, not
Yeah.
others. I'm next to the source, so I'm well aware of it. But those of us who are not next to the source, meaning you're not close to an MD, please take this seriously because your loved ones could be in danger and you will be unaware. And only you alone will know what that individual and your loved one is. Hmm. And the other things we talked about is no, not avoiding alarm, the aromatherapy, and boy, life's purpose. And oh, by the way, cook your own food. That is awesome. Everything you've said is just down to the core. The one about cooking your own food, I want to highlight a little bit of something there. The video that Dr. Derek played on my birthday, which I was so embarrassed. I've never cried that much, but oh Lord, it
Oh,
was so emotional. But anyway, um, the the spiritual thing that I did in my life, the person who started that movement in my country, Cameroon, she is 101 years old. She started it 60 years ago this year, and
wow.
she's 101 and alive. You see her, she just does her things the way she used to do. I remember the last time my kid, my kids were about 10,
Wow.
10 and I'm trying to remember my kids' ages when I went to visit her. I didn't even know I'll become part of that.
Wow.
I didn't even know I would get into it. She was running around. She running around carrying food. And to this day, her son
Mm,
sent me photos of her still doing the same thing at the 101.
amazing.
101 years
Wow.
old. So, why am I saying this? Because you find your life's purpose on what you feel is the right thing for you. If it's in the
Yeah.
kitchen, on what you eat, yes. If it's cleansing your body on whatever you choose, yes. Because you get rid of diseases based on what you put into your body and what you prepare. And I hear that from your mindset today. It is our mindsets that leads us to whatever we do
Yeah.
and whatever we want for ourselves, our offsprings, and generations when we pass over. So thank you,
You're
Queen
welcome.
JW. That was just awesome, outstanding.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I want to see you as the next generation besides your grandkids will be around. Well, I don't know who will go first, but knock on wood, we'll all will be here to receive the apple because I'm not going anywhere. I'm telling God, Lord, I'm here to stay. Don't send me home before I benefit from whatever Mr. Mufare has in store for us. Queen Jane,
Amen.
thank you. Amen indeed. All right. Anyone, if you have any comment
Oh,
or question for uh, Queen JW, please, this is the right time to go ahead and ask her before we move forward. All right. If I do not see any hand up, I'm going to move to the next segment of the webinar, which is regarding our main, that was a mindset. Our main presenter today is our queen, one and only from Ghana, who is currently in Atlanta enjoying the winter of America because there's no winter in Ghana. Huh. Welcome to our world. Our queen sister, Dr. Doris, is going to talk to us today about water, which is life, and water is changing lives, and the way we treat and drink water. So, this is part 3 of what she's been talking to us about. So, we're calling on her to continue training us on how to live healthy. Sis, welcome. Thank you. And I'm sorry if you're cold in Atlanta, but welcome to our world. All right. This is the world in which we were brought into. When you travel from one geographic location to the other, you're bound to just let your mindset adjust you to where you are and what you need to adapt. And here you are in Atlanta and no longer Ghana. So over to you, Queen Sister Doris.
Yeah. Thank you, Kidebi. Good evening, afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are watching from. I greet all of you and thank God so much for sustaining our lives up to this time. He knows us before He created us that today we will be here. Glory unto His holy name for all the wonderful blessings, all the wonderful things He continues to do to us and our families. Thank God for giving us Mr. Ash Mufari, founder of our dynamic company, Passive, because he has a golden heart. He wants to share with us who believe in his dream. We pray always that God will bless him more with long life, with more wisdom to complete what he has started, to uplift humanity unto God's glory. We thank him, his technical team, his family, friends, and advisors so much. We are grateful to God for his life. I greet my team members. I greet Ghanaians, my dynamic leader, Ghana, Mr. Passive. I greet you all, my friends, family, and all on Perseverance, kings and queens on this page platform right now, and those who will be watching later. Thank you. Last week, by this time, we had a topic, how and where we contract diseases from, and how we can prevent them or change our own lifestyles. Good. We spoke a lot about water and cool. Last week, we touched on like places like the toilet, washroom, surfaces, handshakes, and so many things and places where we can contract diseases. Even our own money, the money that we spend, our purses, our bags, if we don't wash them or dry them, we should do that. We should start, because there are a lot of diseases from outside and we send them to our homes, our bedrooms. Yeah. And even the books we open, some will just touch the saliva in their mouth, on their tongue, and open books with it. Even counting money, they use saliva. Do you mean? This money passes through a whole lot of hands, even leprosy people, every type of disease people. They carry money. It moves from one place to another. Before getting to you, it touches so many hands. So the need for hand washing, stress on it, that is not because of COVID. Actually, my grandmother taught us how to wash hands well, thoroughly, before you touch anything in the room, because she's a very neat type. And my mother taught us too. Even before COVID time, we were washing hands thoroughly, and you see your hand will be fine, smooth, neat. You feel good within yourself if your hands are neat. So hand washing should continue unabated, with or without COVID. It should be a daily and often frequent thing to do, not only when you have touched a dirty thing or going to eat. You should always wash your hands. And we stretch on that. Today we are continuing with other aspects, like, let's see our kitchen. The flat surfaces should be thoroughly cleaned all the time, neatly. Our fridge, raw and frozen meats, fish, seafood should be kept at a particular place in the freezer, and don't mix it with raw, already cooked food. Very, very important. Let's stay and clean your fridge all the time. Can be once in every weekend to find, rearrange things, and see things that are getting rotten or spoiled, remove them from the new fresh ones. Always remove the old one before you add new vegetables or fruits into your fridge, because there are a lot of moles around. Then some will leave the food till it's getting rotten before they remove it. They will not give it out. You can't eat it too. It will be just there. You contract a whole lot of disease. We should take note of that, please. Now, uncovered foods. Cover your food always, because the wind can bring about any type of disease. Diseases are in the wind. So cover your food always. Eat them very warm, not too hot, not cold. Talk about cold water, that is not good for our health. Disturbs the heart. Yeah. And then from the kitchen, let's get to our bedrooms. How can we contract diseases from our bedrooms? That is when you come back and really wash your hands and go straight on your bed. Yeah, it can give you any type of disease. It can cause coughing, respiratory problems, issues. So you spread disease from outside to your own bedroom. That is why hand washing comes in. Some people have asthma and allergies because of that type of lifestyle. Your pillows, when they are dirty, you need to do dry cleaning or remove the cloth on the cotton pillow, or what do you have here? Wash them or get a new ones, cover them. Always wash your pillow, pillowcases, your bed sheets well, bed spreads. Moles and other insects and co, they normally breed on cold places. Yeah. So we need to clean our bed sheets and pillowcases well. The pillow, some people have continuous serious allergy like cold, influenza, coughing, can't breathe in the night, the pillow is causing it. You have to check your pillow, please. Pillow. And then charging our phones. Some people will be using the phone and leave it by the bedside and sleep by. While they don't have the anti-radiation sticker on it. Even if you have it, it's dangerous to leave your phone by your head near you as you sleep. Even by your bedside drawer. If you want to charge your phone, it should be far away from your bed and reduce your immune system and weaken your immune system because of the radiation. So we can contract disease from our bedroom through the phones too. So cleaning top of your drawers or drawers, very important. Let's see our nails. Some people have long nails and you can scratch your body. Maybe your body will be itching, you scratch it and something gets inside. If you wash your hand and you didn't remove inside your nails and put it in food, you can contract disease through it. There are so many things that we do that we contract disease. We bring them in our homes and we get it. Now, smoking. It's been said through research that those who smoke, even the smoke doesn't go into them as much as those who are around. Those who are nearer to the smokers inhale more of the fumes, the smoke, more than the smokers themselves. So we should be very careful. Some have liver diseases, kidney problems. The diagnosis shows. They were questioned, do you smoke? They said no. Do you drink alcohol? They said no. Then why? Some will be at the polluted area near smokers, and you'll be inhaling it, and it can affect your liver or your kidney. So let's take note of all those things. Pollution, air pollution, mention hospital equipment, needles, barbering shop, homes, and the scissors, machines that they use to cut the hair. If you have your own, you can send it. If you don't have it, make sure they are well sterilized before they use it on you. We're coming back to our kitchen about the food issue. Beans have a lot of protein. Beans is very good. We have about 8 types of beans. The blue, the black beans, the red beans, the white beans, the kidney beans, which is beneficial for blood group B and others. Some are multicolored. They are all beans. Some are green. They are beans. Beans, so many people said they don't like eating beans. Why? I asked and they said it gives them gas to bring out so many bad air. And so some said they have heartburn when they eat beans. So many complaints about beans. I don't know about here, but in Africa, our place, we eat beans a lot. Beans with gari and red oil and coconut oil. We fry plantains or bananas. We used to eat beans with it. Am I being heard, please? Queen Debbie, can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Thank you. So, to prepare a good beans that will not cause gas or any kind of those complaints, you need to soak the beans overnight. When you soak it overnight, like tomorrow you'll be preparing beans, soak it this evening, cover it well, let the water be more. The following day, you see the foams on it. Pour the water, rinse it, wash it well again, then cook. Whilst cooking, you see the foams on it. Please pour that water off the beans. It doesn't have any nutrients. Pour it off. Pour another water on it. You can even add a tablespoon of lemon before it's well cooked. And you will enjoy beans like nobody, because it's a very good source of protein. You eat beans, you don't eat meat, you have everything that is in the meat. By eating good beans, you love to eat beans every day. Now, let's see one vegetable that can contract a whole lot of diseases. This plant or vegetable is very good. It's good to build the immune system, it gives blood. It's good for so many things, build the immune system. Feel headache, you chew it raw, it goes into your nostrils to your head. And it's called the onion. These onions can construct a whole lot of bacteria in the home. So the advice is that do not cut onion and use it and leave the rest. Using onions, use all at a time. So if you're going to buy onions, buy the larger size, the big, the medium, the smaller, according to what you are going to use it for. It's a very good helper, but a dangerous meat. Onions are so good. Wash it in salted water, rinse it and stew. So don't leave your onions halfway. Do not put them in the fridge, the touched one left over in the fridge. No. If you will put it in the fridge, slice it, put in a bowl, you can put it in the fridge. If you know you have not been cleaning your fridge, inside your fridge, you can put it in. You see that the color will change. It will attract the bacteria that are in the fridge. Likewise, your home, the kitchen, even the bedroom. Somebody is finding it difficult to breathe. Respiratory issues, you can cut it and put by the pillow side. Person can sleep well. When you cut it and put in your corners in your room, the second day, the third day, some become dark brown, some black, some yellowish, some greenish, according to the type of bacteria and viruses surrounding you. Onion attracts them. So we don't cut onion and leave it and use the following day. Very dangerous to our health. You contract a whole lot of diseases. So we need to be very regular in cleaning our environment, disinfect surroundings, and open our windows and doors for good ventilation, if not the winter time. During the, is it summer? Summer is the hot area time, right? Hot season. You can open your windows for good ventilation. Yeah, and to bring good fresh air into your room, not always being in the air condition. Pest control. You can check to see if you can see any pets around so that you spray them off and know how to keep your surroundings neat. If you suspect any infection, you have to check and see where there's any cockroaches or some ants around. Destroy their abode, that they will not spread in your room. Practice good hygiene and you'll be good to go. Thank you all, and I yield.
Wow, my darling Queen sister, you're thanking us all, and we all are thanking you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Outstanding, impeccable presentation. I don't know where to start based on your presentation about airing your room. And the two things that caught my attention, actually three: the secondhand smoke, people, there's so many victims of that, especially in developing countries where smoke is just everywhere, smoke from a lot of things, pollution and whatever, and you're just passing by, you inhale it, and it affects your lungs. You have no control over that. But from cigarettes and other forms of smoking, you have control over it. And they're all very difficult to uh, I mean, they're difficult for people to abstain from being close to where they come from. And the washing of bins until the foam disappears. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Really?
I did. Yes.
Try it and see. You clap. You love to eat beans every day.
I did not know when you soak your beans and you're boiling it, if the foam comes out, you have to rinse and then replenish with fresh water. I did not know that until now. So your training is very, very good. I love beans, but with lentils, I cannot soak because lentils is something you wash, and in 10-15 minutes it's ready. I cannot soak lentils before cooking, so
No.
I don't know if you know what lentils are. It's just these tiny little beans,
Yeah.
and they're green, and the green ones and the yellow, so, or green or red. So I don't know if I can. There's no need for me to soak lentils, so I don't know how to handle that. So that's one thing I'm going to let you train us next time. And the one about onions is something I also learned. I did not know that you cannot cut onions and preserve the rest until the next time you need it. I I'm going to come back to you to explain why we cannot use onion after you cut it. What if you cut it and you wrap it with foil paper for a couple of days, because the quantity you need based on the size of what you're cooking, and why can you not reuse it a day or two later for onions?
Because the foil paper, what is it made of? Even the tissue paper, what are they made of? There are so many chemicals that are used for all those kind of things. So it's even the plastic rubber that we use in the kitchen and so on. There are a whole lot of chemicals that they use to prepare. They are recycled products. So the onion will attract the type of chemicals that is used to prepare that particular wrap that you are going to wrap the onion in.
Mm.
So the best thing is get the smaller ones, medium, big, large. So take the one that you use and use it just that one time.
Got it.
Taste, sister.
All right. Thank you. I know Queen JW is back and she has questions, and I'm sure everyone who listened to your conversation and has questions will be chiming in. So I have one more question, and I'll pass it to Queen JW because I know she definitely has questions for you. Um, so what you're telling me is in a lot in Nigeria, in a lot of African countries, including, I'll just say, not just Nigeria, all of West Africa, they have the white beans that they prepare. In some parts, they put it in tin foil. In some, they put it in plastic foil, and some in Ziploc bags and whatever. They blend it, spice it, and cook it. So you're telling me that it is unhealthy for those practices in all those countries. I mean, I don't know how many of them, but a lot of them. Not just for the beans, but I know in Ivory Coast and other countries they use something else. So you're telling me it is unhealthy to use plastic and foil paper, or uh, in I know in Nigeria, sometimes in the past they were putting it in tin containers and then they put it in water and boil because they didn't have access to other things. And some they were using plantain leaves to boil it with. But now they're using more plastic and foil. What would you recommend for those communities because they are still using it, especially in America because the traditional leaves no longer exist? From your experience in being in Atlanta, you cannot find a banana or plantain leaf to use to wrap anything with. So, what would you recommend for those communities, please?
Um, you mean the canned foods, right?
No. Uh,
Canned food.
no, what I'm asking is
The wrap, the one
the,
they wrap in
the,
plastic rubber.
the containers that they use to put the food so they can cook it. They are made of plastic or foil.
Plastics, they are made for cold items,
Plastic,
not
plastic.
for, yes, they are made for
The
cold
people sit
items.
inside because they don't have access to plantain leaves.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, that plastics actually, they are recycled products. And the chemicals they use to do it, ethanol and coal, is very dangerous. You put hot items in. But if the people preparing it made it to be cold, very cold, before bagging it, the best. But if it's hot, dangerous. Wrap it in the plastic before cooking. No, 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 no. In my area, people who are cooking rice, those who don't have the rice cooker, they cook it in a aluminum saucepans and coal. Some will just use rubber, plastic to cover it for it to be well cooked. So what is dangerous to our health? Because all those rubbers are recycling products and they have a chemical called ethanol, which is very dangerous to our health. When there's a hot item in it, it attracts the chemical. Please, do you understand? But if when is cold before they pack inside is safe. It's safe. We don't have the plants of banana or plantain leaves and leaves that are medicinal to pack our foods in here. So if you want to preserve it, let it be cold. That is the only solution. Let it be cold before you bag it. So the other ones, you don't know the source, you don't know whether they put it in hot. Like in my country, there's a kenke called Fanti kenke. The Fanti kenke, and then Gang kenke. The Fanti kenke, they were using the plantain leaves, the plantain leaves, clean it nicely and pack it in, cook. Then later, before we could realize, they are using the plastic rubbers. Not knowing they put it in the plastic before wrapping it with the leaves. And so we saw it and said, no, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to health. So we started preaching about it, educating people. We went there even to give them the awareness that the plastic is very dangerous. So now they have stopped. They think they are doing something nice, neat. Whereas the plants, the herbs, the leaves they were wrapping it in is more medicinal. It's healthier. So if you wrap it in the leaves, the plants, before after cooking, before you pack it, when it's cold, you pack it in the rubber plastic is the best. So we taught them about it, and now they have gone back to the root. They went back using the cassava and plantain and banana leaves. Yes, which is very hygienic, very, very medicinal. Because when the hot goes into it, it attracts the nutrient, the photosynthesis and other nutrients that is in the plant into the food. So it will not harm you. It's not dangerous. But with the rubber, to put it on fire to cook, the most dangerous.
Wow.
Most dangerous.
That's
Yes.
so educational, sis. Thank you so much.
Very, very dangerous.
Very much appreciate. I love kenke.
You know what it causes?
No,
Cancer.
yeah, I know. I know. So thank you for educating our platform, educating our listeners, our viewers, because they need to get this from first-hand experience. So just clarify for our viewers, uh, for onions that you talked about, is there any preference between red or white?
Actually, red and white, they are all good, but the red is highly beneficial in the blood group O system, highly beneficial to the blood group O's. Then the kidney beans is a bit bigger in size. That is purposely and highly beneficial for those who are blood group B.
Oh, okay.
Kidney beans,
Okay.
good for blood group B groups. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very highly beneficial to them. Then the red for the O's. God is a God of varieties. He made all the colors. And what you say one man's meat is another's poison.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So something will be good for you. A meal will be prepared in the home. Somebody will eat it and have diarrhea. Someone will just be throwing. Someone it will give him constipation. 3-4 days, you will not visit the washroom. The same food you have eaten, someone through it have ulcer. Someone's head will start paining. Someone will just be happy. Hey, the food is good in the person's system. So we say one man's meat is another's poison.
Absolutely. Thank you, sis. Queen JW, you have a comment for uh, you have a comment before I proceed with a question with comments from the chat.
Okay, I just want to say about the onions. Let me back up. Thank you so much, Queen Dr. Doris, for that amazing presentation. We really appreciate you. Yes, about the onions, I just want to piggyback that onions are truly good because I remember my daughter as a baby, in New York, they didn't give any medicine and she was congested. So I asked her elder what to do, and she recommended getting the red onion and cutting it up and putting it in a glass jar and let it develop its the juice. And I will take the baby spoon and take the juice and give it to my daughter, and it will bring all the mucus out of her nasal membranes right out. So yes, onions are good, and they also alkaline your food. So there's many benefits for using onions. And Queen Dr. Doris is correct about not using the onion and putting it in the fridge because you can see it gets very kind of, it absorbs and it starts to open up. So that's a way to know that the onion is no longer good to use because it's not in its whole self anymore. It open up and it takes in whatever chemical or disease or whatever is in your refrigerator, especially if you don't clean it like she stated, it will take it in. And as for the beans, yes, soaking them, you can also soak them in baking soda that releases the gas out of the beans. That way you won't have all that gas to worry about and you can enjoy your beans. So yes, that's an amazing presentation, especially hygiene. And I make sure anything I touch, I make sure go and wash my hands. So thank you, Dr. Doris. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Queen JW. Over to you, Queen Mufflin, and welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. To the two presenters tonight, Queen Jacqueline, you were awesome as usual. Dr. Doris, thank you. Thank you for taking us back home, taking us back to the old time days.
The roots.
I remember growing up as a child, we didn't have sponges to wash dishes. We had a special bush that we would go to the outside and we pick and we wash our dishes and they were clean and shine without chemicals. And I remember the banana leaves that we used to use, but I thought we were using it because we were financially challenged. But later on in my life, I realized that they were very, very healthy for us. But moving to this country, we are forced to use stuff we shouldn't be using. The older we get and the more education we get, like from you and Jacqueline, which I thank you for, we are forced to go back and look for the old times things or do otherwise. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Now I can lower my hand. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Mufflin. We appreciate you always being here and always speaking up your mind because, without you guys here, there'll be no deep dive. All right. And we have sisters who have the knowledge and they can share with us. That is outstanding. And I'm just seeing that our brother from Malaysia, Singapore, we have Kumaran here who also said that the banana leaves is very, very, it's something that is used in South Indian cuisine. It's not only in Africa, the Caribbean, but in South India, it is used there as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But the reason I asked that question about is because um, I was on January 31st, 2022, I was in a week keeping and white beans blended and spiced was being removed out of foil paper because the people who prepared it did not have. Some of it was cooked in foil, some was cooked in plastic. So they open it and they put it on plates for people to serve themselves if they wanted it. It's something that was likable and edible and lovely, very tasteful. And somebody was ahead of me, and I was behind that person. And her husband picked a piece, and she said, "Do not eat it. You have it on your plate, but do not eat it." So I also picked a piece, and when we left the line, I followed them to the table and I said, "Could you please educate me on why you asked your husband not to eat it?" He said, "Because whatever was in that chemical is now in the food."
Oh.
The aluminum, it goes in your body. It goes in your food and goes in your body.
Exactly.
Cancer. Really cancer.
Exactly. And I'm sitting there, Lord, I say, I know I love this because I used to cook it, but I never used any of these things. I used to wrap it in leaves and I tie it and cook it. But I don't have access to plantain leaves or banana leaves. Where can I find plantain or banana leaves in America? Nowhere. So that's why people finally resorted to all the external whatever. I'm just trying to, it's no excuse, but I'm saying that is what is happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, anyone else has any question or comment for Dr. Doris' presentation? This is the time to bring it up. You heard from Queen Mirthling and Queen JW.
Excuse me. And
Please.
even the dry corn leaves in the store that they're selling that you could wet in water, soak in water to use, they're sprayed with something to keep them like that. So that's not safe either.
Exactly. I don't buy those things. No. I don't. I don't go for them. Thank you, Queen Mirthling. Thank you.
What did she mention? What did you say?
Queen Mirthling, could you say it again, please, so it comes from the horse's mouth and not me paraphrasing?
No, mention it well.
No, I'm sorry. You know corn, the corn that we eat?
Yes, the corn, yes, is the best.
Leaves that they're selling in the
It's
store.
very good. Yes.
No,
Corn.
Keep in water, but sprayed with a chemical in order to keep it like that.
Yes.
You know, so good idea.
Queen Doris, you're not understanding. In the markets, you probably might not have been exposed to it yet because you've been here for a couple of months. In the supermarkets, they have the skin of the corn, or that when you peel the corn, those skins, they peel it off and they spray it. Okay. And then they sell it the skin to us. So you use it in wrapping food to cook.
Yeah.
So she's saying it is unhealthy because the chemicals that they use to spray the leaves of the corn is unhealthy.
Oh, they spray it. Okay.
They spray it so they can last longer for people to use. So I know you didn't understand that.
I bought some. The corn.
No, not the corn. The leaf.
The leaf. The shell. Leaf. Okay. But I have the corn and I remove the cover, wash it well, use.
Okay, she's not talking about the corn, but the dry leaves. Okay. Because they are the South Americans use the dried leaves to cook something called tamale.
Okay.
Am I right, Queen JW?
Yeah.
So they spray it. Okay.
So she's saying that
it lasts longer.
Do not buy the skin that is sold in the markets because it has spray on it. Okay. Not about corn.
Yeah. It's to preserve the skin so on the shelf life so you can purchase it, and if you don't use it right away, then it will whatever it will do.
What about the fresh corn? I buy some and I remove the skin to use.
That's
The fresh,
The
we
that
don't even.
corn is no good because the corn is no good because it doesn't break down. It comes out whole. It doesn't benefit anything.
Right. And this onions very good for humans, but it's very dangerous for dogs. Do
What?
not give anything onion in it to dogs. Dog.
Wow.
Do not give onions to dog.
Okay.
He will have a swollen kidney
Oh shucks.
and he will die early. Dog. Don't give onions to dog.
Dog. You
It's
mean
Oh my gosh.
Dog, the four-legged creature?
dog. Yeah.
Uh, uh, Dr. Dr. Ford just lost her own.
Yeah. I heard it today.
Yeah,
I heard it.
Dr. Ford lost her dog. So
Mhm.
Oh.
let's bring that up right now because she was crying so
They
much.
said it, she was
I
crying.
know.
And I was they said, the Indians said the dog will go to heaven and
It's okay. That's
you
something
might
for
need
another
to.
topic, for another discussion. Thank you
I
all
was,
so much
I
for
was giving
listening
them
to
advice.
our presentation today, and I'm going to call on our presenters. I appreciate Queen JW. I appreciate Queen Doris. I'll call on Queen JW to give her final thoughts for this evening's webinar. Over to you, Queen JW. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. And thank you to the brand ambassadors for being here to support us all. Yes, health is wealth. And I have shared so many things and so many ways that we can prevent ourselves from being sick. And also I have shared the things that get us sick. It's all up to each and every one of us. If we want to have a healthy journey and live a life free of disease and illnesses, then we're going to have to make some changes. We're going to have to. I know I did. I have to make changes and I have to make changes every day. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a month. It's just a lifestyle, like Dr. Derek always say. It's a lifestyle. We have to change it. We were brainwashed. We was deceived. We was misled into believing that these things are good and they are bad. When we know better, we do better. It's just like the word of our Heavenly Father word. We didn't know about him, but we learn about him, so we make those changes. And life is about changes anyway. Nothing stays the same. It's only the word of God stay the same. And that's what we can count on. Our Heavenly Father even tells us what to eat and what not to eat. But we go ahead and we do the opposite. We follow the masses. Don't follow the masses, follow the word of God, because once you follow his word, you be good to go. He only talk about fruits and vegetables. He talks about the herbs for the healing of the nation. And these are the things we have to go back. Like Queen Mertland said, we have to go back. We don't want something to take us back. We want to go back voluntarily, not by force. So let's take heed to the things we have learned and try to implement them into our life so we can live a life, a healthy life, a happier life, or a joyful life, rather, and know that we're healthy, that we could live those hundreds. I mean, we might not make it like Noah and Abraham and all them who lived 900 and 800 years old, but you know that there's a possible, some kind of years is possible because if we eat healthy and we do the things and be happy and dance and sing and keep the chemicals out and all this electromagnetic forces around us, you learn the things to protect yourself. Get them. Get them. Preventive is better than cure. So if you could prevent an illness or disease, wouldn't you rather do so? Do you want to be called home immaturely? No, we want to be called home and our Father say, "Come on home. It's your time now." And you want to go healthy. You don't want to, you want to go the healthy debt, not a debt full of suffering. No. People feel good when their families goes to home to their heavenly Father in a good way. They come back and they talk about it, and there's joy in their heart. So let's take heed to all the things that we have heard on this platform regarding a healthy life. Thank you so much for your ears. Thank you for your support. And thank you for your love. And thank you, Queen Debbie. Thank you, Queen Dr. Doris. And back to you, Queen Debbie.
Thank you very much, Queen JW. We appreciate your mindset. Whenever you show up, you come with a lot of nuggets that we need.
Yes.
And I just hope that our viewers now and in the future will find it useful and will emulate and follow the suggestions because they're just suggestions. It
That's
depends
all they
on
are.
where your mindset is. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Over
Thank
to
you.
you, Queen Doris. Please give us your final thoughts about your part 3 of today. And yeah, please, over to you.
Thank you, Queen Debbie.
You're welcome, sis.
There's a saying we said, cleanliness is next to godliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And personal hygiene is very crucial, very essential. God who made us, He is the protector of, giver of life and taker of life. Yet He has given us the power to do things that will help ourselves. And personal hygiene is part of it. We can't wait for God to come down to clean our places, to tidy things up, to do things that He has given us the power to do. No, even food is no more given a manna. He gave the Israelites, it has passed. You have to work and get your food. Know how to cook food, know how to preserve your food so that we will not contract diseases. People say they have done everything. They don't even know what they have eaten. And they have stomach cramps. They don't even know what causes it. There's a cause. You did something wrong. You did something not normal. That's why the disease comes. Pray that we have a change of mind and attitude towards our own environment, our own body that the Lord has given us, which is His own temple, so that we will be well. Yeah. Though diseases may come from one side or the other, if your immune system is strong, it will affect you a bit and you'll be stronger. So the vegetables and fruits, I taught how to wash them, eat them most than the cooked food, and meat. And cooked meat and disturb a lot, give diseases, especially those who eat pork meat. Pork meat, the worms that is in them, it doesn't fire, does not kill them early. So you need to be well cooked and fried, or is it baked? Well, so we need to change our habits of eating and doing things. Hand washing, very, very, very important. Late eating, no way. Eating fresh bread is another problem. We may touch on it later. Let's keep our bodies and our families, environment clean and neat unto God's glory, so that we ourselves will enjoy life. Thank you so much for listening. I yield.
Thank you very much, sis. We appreciate you giving us your time on a very regular basis. At this stage, Finn is a host, and on Sundays, we have the Dream Team. So, those are all the platforms that we have, we support, and we work with, and we pray that when your schedule permits, if you're watching in the future, we appreciate you and we look forward to having you again. Bye for now. So, we're moving to the next segment of the webinar, which is the fun part of it. It's called After Party, where you can just have jokes, chit chat with one another, listen to music, or crack a joke with one another. And we have a lot of people here who are going to do that. So, this segment of the webinar is handled by our sister, Queen Sister Dr. Nadu Lawson. We have a lot of doctors in this platform, just in case you're wondering why. And our brothers are here. Brother Carlton is always here to support. And King Harold works hand in hand with Queen Nadu. Brother Harold Bishop, you're welcome. Queen Nadu, over to you.
Hello.
Dr. Derek and Queen Patience. It's time to say goodbye to our YouTube viewers as we start our after party. Over to you, Queen Nadu.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. We'll have to thank our sisters giving us the health
Very
lecture for the day.
important.
Giving us the health
Very
lecture for the day.
important for us. Yeah.
After we
Absolutely.
work
Over
hard,
to you,
we have to
sis.
party. Thank you, all the presenters.
Oh, all my sisters in the house tonight.
Yeah, I'm here.
House tonight.
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks all the presenters. Thank you, my dear sister Debbie, for running the meeting smoothly as always.
I don't know how
Dr.
to.
Derek is still recording. Are we recording after party today?
He's supposed to stop. Who is the host? I think he is.
Yeah.
I was hoping he will stop. Yep. I was hoping he will stop. Dr. Derek, please, if you can hear us, we're in after party now. Please, we're in after party now. Please. Thank you.
Oh, sing it for me. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We're all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the truth. We are the ones to make a better day. There's no choice but to make. We're standing up. It's to make a better day. Just you. All stand in your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. By turning stones to bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand. Where we can fall, where we can fall, let's realize all that a change can only